Hey guys, welcome back for another video, and in today's video we have a very interesting comparison between Poco M2 versus the Realme Narzo 20A versus the Oppo A15. Now all these phones have been launched and we are gonna today compare the specs and tell you which one is the best phone under 10,000. And when we talk about 10,000, these three phones do come in the list. So let's see who wins today. So let's start the comparison. First, we come to the display as usual, as our normal comparison criterias have. So let's see the display first. Poco M2 has a 6.53-inch FHD display. Now FHD means full HD display. Now full HD display means you get better color accuracy than normal HD displays. Narzo 20A has 6.5-inch HD display. It is not an FHD panel. Same goes for the Oppo A15 6.52-inch HD panel. So only Poco M2 has a full HD display. So of course full HD display wins here because full HD display offers better color accuracy. If we talk about the refresh rate, all three offer the same refresh rate, that is 60 Hz of refresh rate. So let's move ahead. Now we come to the processor. The processor of Poco M2 is of MediaTek Helio G80, which is a pretty powerful processor at the price point. But the Narzo 20A has a Snapdragon processor. Now this is really unbelievable that under 10,000 a Snapdragon 665 processor phone. Now this is really great in terms of normal workout. And Oppo A15 has the MediaTek Helio P35, which even phones of rupees 5,000 have this processor. Now this is pretty surprising from Oppo, but what else can we expect from Oppo in anyways? Poco M2 has MediaTek Helio G80, which is the most powerful processor in terms of gaming. But overall, if you ask me, I would choose the Snapdragon 665 here, because Snapdragon 665 has better longevity than MediaTek processors, and Snapdragon 665 do not have heating issue like the MediaTek processor. But the fastest processor is MediaTek Helio G80. Now here it is upon your choice, but here I give the point to Realme Narzo 20A. So now the display point went to Poco M2 and the processor point goes to Narzo 20A. So now points are Poco 1, Narzo 1, Oppo 0. Let's move ahead. Now we come to one of the most important segments in a comparison, which is the camera. Poco M2 is the only phone at the point which offers quad camera setup. Yes, 13 megapixel primary camera, 8 megapixel ultra wide camera, 5 megapixel macro camera and 2 megapixel depth camera. Now in this price point, depth cameras are of no use, to be honest, so we're not gonna include the depth cameras anyways. And the Narzo has the 12 megapixel main camera, 2 megapixel macro camera and 2 megapixel depth camera. So yes, the ultra wide camera is totally missing in Narzo. Selfie camera, all three are notch selfies, but Narzo 20A and Poco M2 have 8 megapixel, whereas Oppo has a 5 megapixel selfie camera. If you see Oppo's camera, Oppo has a 13 megapixel primary camera and 2 megapixel macro and depth. So yes, of course you can understand Poco wins here as well. So now the scores are Poco 2 and Realme Narzo 1, Oppo 0. And now the reason Poco wins is that Poco offers an ultra wide camera and it offers a better macro camera and it's a 13 megapixel sensor. This is the main reason. So let's move ahead. We come to the RAM and ROM. Now Poco M2 offers irresistible RAM because 6GB RAM at the price point is just massive, and it also has another variant of 6GB plus 128GB, whereas the Narzo starting variant is of 3GB, the half of Poco M2, plus 32GB and 4GB plus 64GB, whereas Oppo A15 only has a single variant, sole variant, which is of 3GB plus 32GB. Let's move ahead. Battery. Poco M2 has a pretty big battery, 5000 mAh battery. The Narzo has 5000 mAh battery and the Oppo has slightly disappointing 4230 mAh battery. Now in budget phones should have at least 5000 mAh battery, because budget phones, or most of the companies offer bigger batteries for budget phones. Let's see the fast charging. None of them have fast charging in the box, but Poco M2 supports 18 watt of fast charging. Realme Narzo 28 supports or not, that is not sure, but it has a 10 watt charger in the box. Oppo A15 has a 10 watt charger in the box as well, but Poco M2 does support 18 watt. Now this is surprising that Redmi 9 Prime had the 18 watt in the box, but Poco M2 doesn't. And now let me tell you, all three of them come with Type-C port. So here I want to nobody gets a point because Narzo and Poco are equal in this segment. Let's move ahead to our final segment, which is the price. The price of Poco M2, we are talking about launch event prices. Okay, now if now there are offers coming up, and in offers you will get these phones at break discounts. So for that you need to check out the website of shopping. Okay, but we are going to talk about the launch price only. Poco M2's launch price was 6 plus 64GB of 11,000 rupees, and 6 plus 128GB variant was cost 12.5 thousand rupees. That means 12,500 rupees. And the Oppo A15 was priced of 3GB 32GB was 11,000 rupees, which is pretty overpriced. I hope you've understood that it's a very overpriced phone. Of course, Oppo's phones are always overpriced. There's nothing much to do about that. And Narzo is priced of 3GB plus 32GB is 8.5 thousand, which is a decent price at the price point. In fact, I think it's pretty aggressive price point because of its Snapdragon processor. And the 4GB plus 64GB variant of Narzo is priced at 9.5 thousand, that is 500 rupees less from 10,000, 5,000. Okay, so yes, of course the winner we are gonna declare is of Poco M2, because Poco M2 offers the biggest value for money deal because of FHD display, good processor, decent cameras, and good RAM and ROM. Second comes Narzo 20A, third comes Oppo A15. So yes, if you're looking for a best phone under 8 or 9,000, then it is the Narzo 20A. Best phone under 10 or 11,000, Poco M2. And the worst phone under 10,000, of course, Oppo A15. And before we end this video, let us tell you, if you haven't checked out our latest TikTok videos, do check it out. The link is in the description. And now thanks for watching, and hope you like this video, and do like, share, subscribe and comment, and we'll be back with our next video soon. So till then, bye and thanks for watching.